It's 12:30 in the afternoon and I'm Liz Jones, Managing Director of People to People UK and your host of P2P UK Live. Is now the best time to try contract work in the UK job market? This week we're joined by Maddie Lang at People to People to explore whether temp and contract roles are becoming the smarter career move in 2025. Also on today's show, we'll take a look at the stat of the week. We'll explore some hot jobs across the UK, and lastly we'll reveal our social media poll around if your staff are planning to change jobs this year. Now, today we're diving into a topic that's becoming increasingly relevant, temporary and contract hiring. Whether you're in a business looking to adapt or someone thinking about temp work yourself, there's a lot to unpack. Joining me today is Maddie, who's been working closely with both companies and job seekers in the temp contract space. Maddie, great to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me, Liz. I'm really excited to talk about this topic. I think there's so much value in the temp and contract work as well, and it often really, it does get overlooked.
Absolutely. So let's start with the business side of things. We've heard that temp hiring is on the rise, especially in the UK. Why do you think that is?
Yes, absolutely right. I think economic uncertainty has really driven a shift in companies and how they hire. And when businesses aren't sure about what the next few months look like, and committing to a permanent role does sometimes feel a bit too much of a commitment. So that's when temp and contract hire comes in, and temp staff offer really flexible solutions. They can also be brought in really quickly, often within a day or even a couple of hours. And they're there to help fill a gap without, long-term financial commitment, which I think is a big reassurance to companies when they are in economic uncertainty.
Okay, so it's really about agility.
Yeah, absolutely. I think temps can help with seasonal demands, project-based work, and often cover, long-term absences if someone's on a maternity or paternity leave. And from a financial point of view as well, it's often more of a cost-effective way where you're only paying for the hours that somebody worked, and you can avoid many other added costs that are often associated with permanent hires as well.
That's great insight. Now, flipping the script, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about taking a temp or contract role?
Yeah, I think it's a really good question. And often, for me, someone who hires in the temp and contract space, I always have this discussion because a lot of people are often really hesitant, but you definitely don't have to. I think temp and contract roles can feel uncertain at first, but they come with huge benefits. So you get the chance to build new skills, work in a different environment, work for a different team or company, and learn new systems as well. And that kind of experience can really make a difference in the long term and make you more marketable for permanent roles. And if a company loves you and you're doing a great job, and if that opportunity is there to keep you long term, a lot of businesses will do their best to make sure that, you can stay within a role as well.
Right. So for job seekers, it's not just a stopgap.
No, not at all. I think it can be a career booster as well. In fact, some temp roles may pay higher because companies need someone with the right skill set and they need them right now. And there's also the chance that, as I was saying, temp roles can become permanent. And, if a company does love you, like I said, they'll keep you around, they'll do your best. Or if you're doing a great work for an agency as well, that agency is wanting to make sure that they can place you with other clients who are going to value your skill set as well.
That's such a helpful perspective. What about flexibility? So I know it's a big buzzword these days.
Yeah, so temp and contract work is perfect for that. It is flexible. That's the kind of notion of it. If you're someone who, wants to travel around more or just avoid being tied down to one role, then these kind of positions are going to give you that freedom to work for a couple of months and then take a break. And for people in between permanent roles as well, it's a really smart way to keep gaining experience without losing income or being out of a position long term. And in terms of flexibility, and when we talk about working from home, if you're in a temp or contract role and you're there for a long enough time, you probably have this perk as well, just as other employees do within the business.
Love that. So whether you're a business navigating uncertainty or a professional looking to gain experience, temp and contract hiring offers real value on both ends.
Exactly. Yeah, it's versatile, efficient, and often comes with a lot of big opportunities, and that's probably the most impressive thing that we always see with temp and contract work. And I always tell people, definitely don't overlook it just because a job isn't permanent. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be the right move for your career and the right move for your business. And I think people really do need to, consider temp and contract work and what it can do for you long term.
Great. Thanks, Maddie. Thanks for joining today and sharing all these insights.
Thanks for having me, Liz.
It's time to take a look at some hot jobs in the UK. We are looking for a junior sales associate, London South East, paying £28,000, a paralegal in Camberley, paying £26,000 to £28,000. And don't forget to register with us for temporary work. You can find the link under this video. So today we're looking at an article from Talent Partners, which looks at the trends and predictions on the future of remote working. Remote work has evolved from a temporary fix to a long-term strategy, with companies now focused on making it sustainable through structured hybrid models and smart policies. Key takeaways: hybrid work is the new norm. Over 60% of global companies are adopting or refining hybrid policies to boost flexibility and productivity. AI and data are transforming remote work, so more businesses are using AI and analytics to improve scheduling and real-time feedback. Cybersecurity is priority. Cybersecurity spending may hit $1.75 trillion by 2025 as firms secure remote work and meet data regulations. Employee wellbeing matters, so companies are expanding mental health and wellbeing programs to support remote teams and prevent burnout. And flexibility attracts talent. So flexible work options are now essential for hiring and keeping top talent in a tight labour market. And that is it for the start of the week. It's time to take a look at our social media poll results. And last week we had, do you think employers are hesitant to hire people over 65? And 89.1% of you said yes. If you'd like to get involved in this week's poll, are you planning on changing jobs in 2025? Yes, I am, or no, I am not looking. I'll be interested to see what the results are for that. That is it for P2P Live this week. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week.